Welcome to the Hustle Culture Podcast, where ambition meets reality and grit means growth. I am K.A. Perkins, your guide throughout this maze of modern work ethic, productivity, and personal development. In this podcast, we'll dive deep into the world of hustle culture, exploring its impact on our lives, work, and well-being. In a world that never really sleeps, where success is a constant pursuit and the grind seems to never stop, we're here to ask the hard questions. How much hustle is too much? Can you truly balance ambition with happiness? And what does it mean to be successful in this fast-paced society? Join us as we dissect the myths and the realities of hustle culture. Our goal is to share stories of those who have thrived and those who have been consumed by the hustle. We'll bring experts from psychologists to CEOs to discuss strategies that help us navigate this high-pressure landscape without losing sight of what truly matters. Also, we'll have some pretty cool topics as well. Whether you're a side hustler, an entrepreneur, or someone who's just trying to get through the day, this podcast is your space to breathe, reflect, and realign your goals. So plug in, power up, and let's get ready to redefine what success looks like together on the Hustle Culture Podcast. Today's episode, we're going to take a really deep dive into a topic about setting and achieving your New Year's goals. That's right. It is that time of year where we all feel fresh and ready to start a new year, full of possibilities, opportunities. But how can we ensure that we don't fizzle out by February? So buckle in. We're going to talk about New Year's resolutions, how not to fizzle out, and what can you do to develop the habits that will take you through this year. So, setting goals are easy. Sticking to them is where it really gets challenging. I, like you, have a list of goals. I write down my goals of what I want to achieve on a weekly basis, a monthly basis, a yearly basis. Writing those goals down is the easy step. The hard part that we all struggle with is how do we put them in place? It is important of setting clear and achievable goals. Setting clear and achievable goals is crucial because it gives us direction. It also gives us purpose and motivation. It's like having a roadmap of your life. It helps guide us towards the things we want to accomplish. And without goals, it's really easy to feel adrift and not knowing where you're heading. Like getting on a ship and you're the captain of a ship. You have no idea about where you're going. You don't know what your north, your south, your east, or your west. You're just floating along. What goals do is put you in a strategic place so you know exactly where you're at and where you want to go. Now, also what is important about understanding goals is that goals really help measure our progress, how far you have come and where you need to go. Goals can really keep you motivated. I oftentimes know that when my life is off and I'm overwhelmed, oftentimes it is my goals that bring me back full circle and put me back in that place where I'm able to realign the things that are important to me and focus on the main things. So goals help us to align our lives, to put something in front of us to focus on, and helps us to know exactly where we're going and where we're headed. So now you have an understanding of the importance of goals. I'm going to give you a couple of tips that will help you move towards making each and every one of your goals beneficial for your life and helping you move forward. Number one, be very clear about your goals. Start defining your goals as precise as possible. Vague goals get fit, save money, or less likely to be achieved, unlike saying things such as, I want to lose 20 pounds by June or save $5,000 for a vacation. The goal is that every goal that you have should be measurable. It should be very clear where you're starting and where you want to end. Okay. Number two, break the goals down. Divide your big goals into smaller, more manageable steps. This makes your goals less overwhelming and more achievable. It's like eating the elephant in the room or eating the elephant bit by bit. Oftentimes, people want to fulfill large goals, but not being very detailed and having road marks or milestones to get you where you need to be. So, for an example, we talked about one of your goals may be to lose weight. That's one of the things that I'm going to be working on this year is getting optimally fit. I'm not going to say I want to lose weight. I'm going to say I want to lose X amount of weight by X amount of time. And one of the ways that I'm going to measure it and be very clear and to define it is I'm going to break it down on a per week basis. This is how many pounds I want to lose this week. I don't try to get the whole elephant in. I break it down into small chunks and kind of bits. Tip number three, have a deadline. Oftentimes people will say, or want to I'm going to have X amount of things by the end of the year. Set a hard deadline for yourself. Have some timelines. Where do you want to be by the end of the first 3 months of the year? Where do you want to be by the end of the January? What part of the goal that you have broken down into small bits do you want to be at that time? So take your goals and not only do you break them down, but set deadlines. As I said before, if I want to lose weight by June, the deadline is June. I'm going to give myself a hard deadline date, and then I'm going to work my way towards getting that using small incremental chunks on a monthly basis, weekly basis, however you want to do it, but you're going to lead yourself up to fulfilling that goal that is attainable. So set deadlines. Create a sense of urgency that keeps you accountable. Every goal that you have must become a priority. If you don't make it achievable, if you don't make it a sense of urgency or accountable, it'll never get done. It'll just be that you had a creative splurge of energy at the first of the year with these New Year's resolutions, but you never really put pressure on yourself to get things done. Okay. So make sure that you provide a sense of urgency with the goals that you are putting in place for this year. Write them down. Put your goals on paper and make them tangible. It's like making a contract with yourself and allowing you to track the progress. Every time in my life I've been successful, or every time I've been able to move from one place to another in my career or in my life, that goal was written down, it was measured, I had a deadline, and I tracked my progress. So put your goals down in writing, make it tangible. I myself have a planner. I myself have a vision board. I have things in front of me every single day that I look at to help hold me accountable to my goals. Okay. Tip number 5, stay flexible. Life is very unpredictable. Things do happen. Circumstances happen. You could be saving money, but something happens as an emergency that's going to take that money that you save towards it. Life does happen. Be adaptable, be flexible, make adjustments. Don't throw out the goal, make adjustments so that you can fulfill the goal. Okay? There have been times where if you're a person that works out, you can have the weight loss plateau. You don't stop working out, you just make an adjustment. Regardless of whether or not you have hard deadlines, be able to make adjustments. Flexibility doesn't mean that you're giving up. It simply just means adapting. As we've discussed the importance of setting clear and achievable goals, and we cover some valuable tips and strategies you can use to help you get started. Now comes the major thing. How do you stay motivated and on track throughout the year? Staying motivated requires reminding yourself of your why. Why do you have these goals? If it's to lose weight, is it because you want to look good in the outfit? Is it because you want to be a better version of yourself? You have to understand and remind yourself of your why. Why did you have these goals in the first place? What will be the outcome of you achieving these goals in your life? Visualize your success and what fuels the motivation, okay? What fuels the motivation when times get tough? What are you going to remind yourself as to why you're doing what you're doing that will help you get yourself back on track and moving towards your goals? Okay? Next, accountability is key. Sharing your goal with friends or a family member can provide support and encouragement. You're less likely to quit when someone else knows what you are working towards. You're less likely to quit when someone else knows what you're working towards. Okay? Next thing you have to do is celebrate your achievements along the way. Remember, we talked about those small steps. How do you celebrate if you're going to be losing weight or you're getting yourself fit? How are you going to celebrate those small achievements along the way? If you're going to wait till you accomplish everything at the end of your goal to celebrate, sometimes when life hits hard, you won't keep that goal in front of your face. So oftentimes, how do you celebrate the small achievements along the way? Doesn't matter how significant it may seem, celebrating milestones are very important in the motivating you to fulfill your goals, especially during the course of a long period of time. So recognize your progress and use it as a source of motivation that will help you keep going and moving forward. I hope that this podcast, our first podcast, has been helpful towards you. I guarantee you that we'll get better. If you like what we're sharing, make sure you like and subscribe. It helps keep us motivated to keep giving you good content. But as you really dig deep into achieving your New Year's goals, make sure that you recognize that nothing changes overnight. Okay? Nothing changes overnight. Developing habits, achieving goals, it doesn't happen overnight. It's a constant work. It's a constant work in progress. So understand, be patient with yourself, learn how to be consistent. And if you fall off, get back on and keep pushing, keep trying, keep realigning. I guarantee you, if you shoot for the moon, you'll get there. I think I said that right. Shoot for the stars, you'll land on the moon. You know what I'm trying to say. If you shoot for the big things and you have a plan to get there, you'll get there. Okay. And remember, success is not a marathon. What am I saying? Let me back that up. Success is a marathon, not a sprint. So be patient with yourself, stay committed, and you'll be amazed what you'll achieve in 2024 this year. This is Hustle Culture Podcast. I am your conductor, K.A. Perkins. I'm looking forward to seeing you in all the other videos. Have a good one. Goodbye.